The crack of his hand against my face didn't echo, it thudded, low and final. My head snapped sideways. The taste of blood filled my mouth. My parents were standing in the doorway. Their eyes flicked to the bruise blooming on my cheek. Then they looked at each other and left. No words, no outrage, just the sound of their shoes on the tile as they walked away. My husband smirked. They know better than to interfere. I didn't reply. I just stared at him, calm, like I was memorizing him. Before the rot. We met at a friend's wedding. He was charming, attentive, the kind of man who pulled out chairs and remembered how you liked your coffee. My parents adored him instantly, said he was solid, ambitious, a provider. At first he was. Flowers at my office, surprise trips, late-night whispers about our future. But control doesn't start with a slap. It starts with small permissions stolen. Who you see, what you wear, where you go. I didn't notice the bars of the cage until the door clicked shut. The shift. The first time he hit me, he cried afterward, said it was the stress. The second time, he bought me a necklace. By the third, he didn't bother with excuses. My parents saw the signs. They chose silence over scandal. That night, with the bruise still fresh, I realized something. I couldn't count on rescue. I'd have to become my own. The plan. I didn't scream. I didn't pack a bag. I smiled at him, made dinner, kissed him goodnight, and while he slept, I began. I moved my personal savings into an account he couldn't touch. Quietly documented every injury, photos, dates, medical reports. Recorded his rages on my phone. I reached out to an attorney specializing in high-asset divorces and domestic abuse cases. She gave me a checklist. I completed it in 3 weeks. Then I called an old friend, a police detective I'd once helped on a pro bono case. I asked him one question. How fast can you act if I give you everything you need? His answer, seconds. The setup. Tonight was perfect. My parents were over for dinner. He liked to play the perfect husband when they visited, polished, polite, full of jokes. Until I disagreed with him about the wine. That was all it took. The slap. The smirk. My parents leaving. He thought I'd been humiliated. But really, the moment he laid his hand on me in front of witnesses, he gave me exactly what I needed. The call. I went upstairs, locked the bathroom door, and dialed my detective friend. It just happened, I said. 10 minutes later, the police were on their way, with an arrest warrant already signed based on my months of evidence. The confrontation. I came back downstairs, hair brushed, lipstick reapplied, bruise still raw on my cheek. He was in the living room, pouring himself a drink. "Where'd you run off to?" he asked, smug. "To make arrangements," I said. There was a knock at the door, sharp, official. When he opened it, 2 officers stepped inside. "Sir, you're under arrest for felony domestic assault, coercive control, and financial abuse." His face drained. "This is a mistake." "No," I interrupted. "It's evidence." They read him his rights. He turned to me, eyes wild. "Please, don't do this." And then he was on his knees, hands clasped, begging. I just stepped back, watched as they cuffed him and led him out. The return. My parents walked back in just as the squad car's lights lit the street. They froze in the doorway, eyes darting from me to the officers outside. "What did you do?" my mother whispered. "What you wouldn't," I said. The aftermath. The restraining order was granted within hours. My attorney filed for divorce the next morning, seizing control of every shared asset. The court ordered him to vacate the house and surrender all firearms. The bruise healed. The silence in the house was louder but cleaner. My parents didn't speak to me for weeks. I didn't mind. Reflection. Some people wait for someone to save them. I used to be one of them. Now, when I look in the mirror, I see the truth. I am the rescue. And the next time someone hits me, there won't be a next time.